Hello, beautiful seekers. This is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you, and this time the topic is blockages in love. So, what is this reading all about? For some people, it's very easy to get into relationships, and it seems to us that effortlessly they just go into relationships and they've make something so beautiful for them. Of course, we all know that it takes a lot of effort to keep a relationship going, no matter what the relationship is. However, there are some of us who struggle with getting into relationships, and in case we are in one, to keep it going. All right, and a whole lot of us would be there who get into relationships of the same kind, which end up leaving us bruised, hurt, and wondering why is it that we can't find success in love. And there are still others of us out there who just can't seem to fall in love. They don't, and whether it is romantic love, which is most often why people come to these readings, but even otherwise, some people find that even in familial relationships or between friends or at workplace, they find that at times you're the only one who's giving and you don't receive in return. It's not balanced. Your connections are not balanced. So for each of us, the case will be different. So I've kept it open, this reading. I have pre-shuffled the cards. But what I'm going to see is, what is it that has happened to us in the past that has blocked us from having a fulfilling, relationship? What is it that's stopping us from getting into love, if it is for a romantic relationship? And if we are in a relationship, why does it become toxic? What is it that we can do to change that? Is there something we need to let go, or is it something about the other person that we are not aware of? What is it that is causing blocks in our love, that we are not able to sustain a beautiful relationship? We definitely deserve a beautiful relationship. So now, one thing we all know for a fact is that you need to feel worthy before you can attract someone who thinks you're worthy, because you are the one who sets the bar. So if you feel you're not worthy, and if you don't love yourself enough, chances are that the person whom you invite into your life, they either may not come in, or if they do, they won't come in because subconsciously you start repelling them already because you don't think you're worthy. And if they do come, again it becomes an unbalanced connection. So what is it exactly? We will take a look from this reading. This is the aim of the reading, all right? And I hope it can help as many of you who are here for that help, because it is extremely liberating if we can actually find out what it is that is blocking us, so that we can get it out of the way and live a full life. All right. So with that in mind, I have 3 piles in front of me. As you can see, the cards are pre-shuffled, both oracle as well as tarot. I'll lay down the cards and we'll get into this reading. All right. So without further delay, let's introduce you to the piles. Pile number 1 is the See No Evil Owl. Pile number 2 is the Hear No Evil Owl. And pile number 3 is the Speak No Evil Owl. All right. So take a deep breath. Exhale. And as you do so, whichever pile that you're called to, that is your pile. Remember, this is a timeless reading, and you're meant to see it as and when you stumble upon it, and it is general, so everything will not resonate with you. Use your intuition, pick a pile. You might want, get called to see more than one pile. That is okay, but do not force fit anything for you. Okay? And if you find that nothing resonates, just leave the reading altogether. Maybe there isn't a message for you this time. All right? So let us begin. Pile number 1, those who chose the See No Evil Owl. Here is your reading. We begin with the Devil. The 4 of Coins. the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles. We'll put down your oracle cards. You get it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. Courage, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. Look for a sign. And Wombat Spirit, be at home. Has everything come in? Yes. And it also tells me that perhaps this isn't very straight. Okay. So, pile number 1. Let's get into your reading. What has come in your way, as a blockage in the past for you? And I feel this is the same theme over and over again with this Devil card here. And looking at this Courage card here. And the Knight of Swords, which is in reverse out here. It is very evident that my pile number 1's out here. There is something, either something that's happened in the past, or the people around you, how they view relationships, or perhaps the relationships that you have been born into, that have left you scarred, in the sense that you are actually possibly afraid to show your real self. You feel that if you show your real self, the person who's coming into a relationship with you will not be interested. Alright? And because your fear is so much, you yourself self-sabotage the relationship before it happens. You don't even realize that you're doing that. Alright? And it doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. Even in your friendships, maybe someone is opening out their heart and telling you everything and out with their secrets. And there are things you want to say, but you are embarrassed. You feel that if you say something, you're going to spoil the chances of this connection moving forward. Alright? So you are not being honest in your relationship. There is a lot of fear. The Devil card represents many things. It can represent addictions, it can represent obsession, but in your case, it represents fear. You are afraid to show your authentic self. Alright? And because of that, you never, if you like somebody, you don't take action. If someone likes you, you are in this 4 of coins energy. You don't reveal. You keep your cards close to your chest. You don't want to speak to the other person. You don't want to let them know what you're feeling. Chances are sometimes you feel very strongly about a person, but you just don't speak. You're just afraid that if you say, if you show your real feelings to someone and they come close to you, you'll have to open up, and they may see the real you. They may see the trauma that you've been through, or maybe whatever it is that you're worried about. Maybe you're not very confident about your family liking them, or or them liking your family, or whatever it is. Most of the time, our fear makes our trauma much bigger than what it is, and because of that, we just don't take that first step. And this is what is holding you back. Your biggest blockage, which has happened in the past and which is still happening, is the fact that you are afraid of showing your own self, of being vulnerable. Alright? And the lessons that you have learned from the past relationship, what you should be taking is that when you sit in this energy wherein you are not being forthcoming, you are not welcoming, when you don't speak up or ask for help, or show your vulnerability, or tell them how you feel, the other person actually feels you are not interested. And because they feel you're not interested, they start backing away, and looking at that, you further go into your shell. And this has been this repeated pattern. And this is what you need to recognize, pile number one, that there can be a person who comes in who's extremely warm-hearted, or even it could be your friend or anyone, any relationship that you are in, or at the workplace. The first time someone can come and shake hands with you and offer their friendship or offer their love. But if you are seemingly pleasant, but there is a barrier, people pick that up. You feel you're doing a great job of being cordial, but sometimes you need to be a little more than cordial for the other person to want to move this connection forward. And this is the lesson that you have learned, that you are to learn from your past mistakes, is that you need to meet the other person halfway. You can't know everyone's secret and not open out, open your heart space to let them in. And I can understand this because I am guilty of this in many relationships. It takes a lot for me to open up. And it actually, makes the other person, what happens is when you are in this energy, the other person gets the feeling that everything is going right in your life because you are not letting them see the vulnerable side of you when things don't work out, when you're going through some trauma. You don't let the other person know. You're always in that measured, even if you're laughing it out, people always might sometimes see you as positive, but they still feel this barrier, so they can't come closer beyond a point because you don't let them in. And this is what you need to learn from your past relationships. And how can you address this issue? And you get this wheel of fortune. This is such a beautiful message from Spirit. And look here, just below this is Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted, okay, which is the Empress energy actually. Spirit is trying to tell you, pile number one, that everyone who's born on this earth is fated to meet someone who's going to be perfect for them. Okay, and it may be a romantic relationship, it could be a soul tribe, it could be a friend, but no one comes on this planet and leaves this planet without having anyone to love. It doesn't happen. If nothing else, it would be an animal, maybe something, but every single person who is born here on this planet has someone, for however brief the time may be, or for maybe you have one great friendship or one great soul connection which lasts you a lifetime, or you can go into series of soulmates depending on what you're here to learn. But with this wheel of fortune here, which is telling you that even for you there is someone special who's fated, all right, but you need to allow them in. And knowing this, believing this, that there is a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance, a lot of love waiting to happen. It's just waiting to happen, but you need to allow it to come in. So you have to start showing your vulnerable side. You're supposed to welcome someone in. When someone comes to your home, if you shut the door and stand out with your arms, crossed like this, your body language will get the other person to just speak one or two lines and go away from there. However, if you keep your doors open and you're welcoming and your body language shows otherwise and you're waiting to usher them in, they feel welcome. All right, this I'm talking about basic relationships with maybe your neighbor or whoever. Now, the same thing, it's not so evident with body language only, but if you come into a friendship and one person, maybe once, twice, thrice, they try, but they meet this wall or this, you're very sweet, and you might feel that I've been really nice, I've spoken to them nicely, I've heard what they had to say, but you haven't opened up. So it is an imbalanced connection because you are not opening up, you are not showing your vulnerable side because you're afraid that you'd be judged. Just look at it this way, what worse can happen? If you tell your truth and the other person doesn't like you, they walk away. You know what that means? It means that they are not meant for you. But if you don't show your real self to anyone, you will never have that connection. But if you tell 5 people, show them your real self, as and when whoever comes into your life, whom you feel, you will know, your heart will know whom you want to have a connect with. And when you open your heart, 90% chances are they will reciprocate. If it is a very high level soul connection, maybe a twin flame, you might trigger the person, so there may be an imbalance. But you will never know, because you are keeping everyone at bay. All right, so there is this fated connection waiting to happen, and this connection is going to bring a lot of love, lot of abundance, lot of happiness into your life. But you have to believe that, and for that you need to work on yourself. Love yourself for who you are, for all the trauma that you face, for the family that you come from, for all your physical limitations, whatever it is. Love yourself for who you are, and know that nobody is perfect. There is not a single person on this planet who's perfect and who's got everything happening. And everyone's wearing a mask. But when you come into a relationship with someone and your heart, knows that this is the person I want to be with or I want to make friends with, then you start dropping your mask in front of that person. In your case, you don't drop that mask at all. Then how will you know what a beautiful connection, how can you actually move into a beautiful space? And currently what is getting in your way, maybe some of you who are in this relationship are already, who have come to view this pile number 1, you are right now in the beginning of some relationship. And with the Knight of Swords in reverse, again, you are not speaking your truth. In your current relationship, if you find that there are problems, it's because you or the other person, though in this case, I feel it is you are not speaking your truth. Maybe there is something about this person you don't like, but you are not saying it. You just keep that barrier stronger and stronger. You don't speak your truth. Or maybe you feel that you really like this person and you can see that this person is warming up to you, and you recognize it, but you are freaking out and you're not telling your truth. So you're not telling them that this is how I feel as well. And this you need to unblock, and I'll unblock this for you. You need to speak your truth. You need to let them know how it feels, and without fear of judgment. If after you've spoken your truth they go away, let them go. That is God's way of protecting you. If they are meant to stay, they will appreciate it, and you'll have such a beautiful bond, that I'm sure you'll come back and thank me for it. Seriously. Because it's something so beautiful is just waiting to happen. All right, maybe with this person coming into your life, with this look for a sign here card, maybe you're seeing a lot of synchronicities, repeating numbers. Maybe you see this person's name, when you least expect it, or someone drops that name, as you're talking, or you see the initials. There are a lot of synchronistic events that are happening during this time, and you are equally drawn to this person, but you need to tell them how you feel. Even if it is a friend, even if it is anyone whom you feel drawn to, and you know that the other person is also showing interest, you need to speak your truth. I've unblocked this for you, and I really hope, pile number 1, that you can let the other person see how special you are. It will be uncomfortable. I'm not saying no. You're so used to hiding yourself that it'll be extremely uncomfortable for you to be vulnerable, but you've got to do that. And healing is a continuous process, all right? You have to keep healing and keep teaching yourself how to love yourself, to know that you're worthy. That will happen simultaneously, but you need to make that step. Open up, and this is the first thing you can do for self-love, is to speak how you truly feel. How does somebody make you feel? Do they make you feel good, or didn't you like something that they say? Be honest and say it. Maybe someone said something, in jest, and you didn't like it. It didn't go well with you. Say it. Let the other person know. If you just smile, they'll feel it's okay. And things get worse in a relationship over a period of time. All right? And how can you overcome all these problems? And you get the Page of Pentacles to ground your energy, pile number 1. Be in the moment. Be in the moment. Don't let your past traumas affect you as you are dealing with the other person. It's easier said than done, because we, half the time when we put up these barriers, it's a subconscious thing. It's just, we've done it for so many years, for maybe most of our lives, that it comes naturally to us to just keep the other person at bay. But you're being asked with the Spirit to be at home. Wherever you are, with whoever you are, you learn to be comfortable in who you are. You have to learn to first be at home with yourself, with the body that you've been given, with this beautiful mind that you've been given, with the experiences that you've been born into. You've got to feel at home. When you are at home with yourself and comfortable with yourself, with all your imperfections, then you will be able to be vulnerable, because when you show your authentic self to the other person, and the other person may or may not like it, you know it doesn't matter, because you love who you are. All right? But if you block yourself from every single person, you will never know who's the right person for you. And you will always be in this, you'll be waiting for that someone special and feel really bad that and get into this vicious cycle that you're not worth it, without realizing that you are worth it. There is someone who's fated, someone's going to bring you immense happiness and love and abundance, only waiting for you to open your heart out and show your real self and say, yes, it's time for you to take action. The other, for most of you out here, for a large number of you, you've begun a new relationship. All right? And it's just in the initial stages, and you're already, getting all those symptoms to start keeping this person away. And that is why you've not been speaking your truth. But from within, you are drawn to it. And that's why you're being asked to look for a sign. Get comfortable with yourself. Have courage. And move ahead with confidence. Take action. Tell them how you feel. Beautiful things are waiting to happen. This is right in the center of your reading. The Wheel of Fortune here, and Mother Earth here, which is actually Empress energy. All right? So much happiness, abundance, fertility, everything is waiting to happen. This is fated right in the center of your reading pile number 1. Don't let it go. Let people see the beautiful person you are. You are wonderful. I can feel it. Don't hold yourself back. All right? That's all I have for you, pile number 1. Till we meet next time, I hope this, whatever relationship you are in, you're at the brink of, it turns out to be a wonderful, wonderful relationship. And for those of you who are not yet in a relationship, it is coming. Believe me, it is coming. But let your heart open. Allow yourself to receive the abundance and the love that's waiting to come to you. All right? So till we meet again, be good, stay safe. Bye-bye. Pile number 2. Those of you who chose this beautiful Hear No Evil Owl, this is your reading. I'll first lay down your cards for you. You begin with the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Chariot, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. Envy, I'm the same as everybody with different challenges. Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. Success. And Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. Wow, has it all come in? Yes. All right, pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. What has come in the past as a blockage for you? And you get the Queen of Pentacles. So I see a couple of scenarios here. For some of you, what's blocking you is some feminine energy in your life whom you hold in great regard. Could be your mother, could be a sister, could be a friend. Someone who you go to for advice, whose counsel you seek, whom you hold in real regard, great regard, and whom you have a whole lot of love for. And it is perhaps this particular person who has whose likes and dislikes matter to you. And it's possible that if you've been and their likes and dislikes are so important to you that if you actually like somebody, or if your heart is showing you the way towards a certain person, you wait for their approval. And if they don't give you the approval, you believe that whoever's coming in for you is not the right person. All right, this is for some of you watching this reading, some of the pile number 2s who've come here. This person's approval decides which way your relationship goes. And it's possible that there's been some relationship in the past wherein you've been really drawn to the other person, and you've felt that this, your heart is telling you, your intuition is telling you, this is the person for me. But you hold this person in so much regard that if they felt otherwise, you have actually sabotaged that connection. All right, this is for some of you. For others of you, I feel that you have been in a relationship before, possibly you've been married before, and you have either married or you've been in a commitment for a very long time, some relationship, and it's not worked out. It's either ended up in a divorce, or it's left a very bad taste in your mouth, and you've had a separation of sorts, which is why you are now averse to, or you kind of block relationships from coming into, you're not interested. You want love, but you don't want it. Subconsciously, you don't want it because you remember the trauma, you remember the pain. All right. So these are the 2 scenarios that I'm getting here. All right. What lessons can you learn from the past relationships that haven't worked out for you? And you get the King of Swords. And this is very beautiful energy, because the King of Swords is the king who can keep emotions away from logic. So when they see something, they see it in its totality, and they can keep emotions aside, because sometimes emotions color the way we think. All right. And it's not to say that they don't feel. They feel deeply, but they are able to keep emotions aside while taking a decision, because they weigh all the pros and cons, see everything together, and this is what you're being asked to do. Stop lying to yourself, pile number 2. You are actually see all the relationships in your past, and for those of you who are influenced by this person, just be honest with yourself. How many relationships or how many decisions have been influenced by this person, when you've been wanting to do something, they haven't, and you haven't done it. And there are times that you think back on those things and wonder that if I had done it, how could it have been? How would it have been? If you actually feel that way, then it is time for you to separate your thinking, your intuition from this person's thinking and this person's intuition. Does not mean that your love for this person will go down. Does not mean that your regard for this person will go down. It's just that you are giving yourself the power to take decisions for you. You are empowering yourself, and there is nothing more important, no one more important to you than yourself. After you, this person. So if your intuition is telling you, you may take an opinion from here, but if your gut is very strongly telling you that this is the person I want to be with, I really feel drawn to this person, and I feel this person is right for me, and it's possible that in the past sometime you've not taken their counsel and you've gone your way and it's not worked out. And that's why this person is possibly saying, I told you so. Remember, don't listen to me. Last time you didn't listen to me, this is what happened. And so this is the reason why you always take your counsel from this person. But everyone makes mistakes, pile number 2. But you always have this beautiful relationship with your intuition and follow your intuition. Possibly whenever this previous relationship happened, wherein you've not taken their advice and you've gone against their advice way back in the past, and you've not followed your intuition, but perhaps you've gotten carried away by, just the physicality of it. Maybe this was passion between the two of you. But every experience is meant to happen, because even that relationship that didn't work out comes as a lesson for you, a lesson you needed to learn. That's why it happened. All right. But just because once you've not taken their advice and things have gone wrong, you can't now blindly follow their advice. Where is the guarantee that they can never take a wrong decision? Maybe they have reached, you might find this person a very wise person, but they may have goofed up so many times in the past, which is why they are so wise, because their experiences made them wise. But you've got to have your own experiences. Take their opinion. No one's saying no. And love them as much and have the same amount of regard. But love yourself just a little more to be able to follow your heart. And when you actually sit back and look at all your relationships in the past, be honest with yourself. Where is it that you have actually wanted to do something and you've just held yourself back because of this person saying no? All right? For others of you who are coming out from a bad relationship or a bad marriage, again, just ask yourself. I believe that when a relationship goes bad, it is, in 90% of the cases, it is 50-50. Both people are responsible for it. All right? Sometimes we find that we are always giving in a relationship, the other person is not. But we don't realize that we have got the other person used to it. When the other person was not reciprocating, why did we keep quiet and allow them to keep, carry on this pattern? Why is it till it comes to such a degree wherein we are really hurt and really in a bad shape? That is when we go and say that you're not reciprocating, by which time it's too late and things go, because they are so used to you being submissive. So it's possible, and this is what you need to look at. How was your dynamic in your previous relationship? Were you putting in all the work? Why did things not work out? How much? And there's a tendency for us to take in all the blame when things don't go right. But with this King of Swords, you're being asked to see it for what it is. How much was your fault? How much was their fault? How could you change it? And keep your emotions away when you're looking at it, because you would have already mourned your relationship. All right? But now you have to get in touch with yourself. And even this person, if for those of you who are taking counsel of somebody else, even they can't tell you what you can tell yourself. So step number 1 to unblock yourself is to get to know the real you. It is not just, in this case, though it says show the world the real you, in this case I feel, pile number 2, you need to understand who the real you is. What is it that you want? What makes you tick? You need to find that out about yourself, and not ask someone else how you are. How can someone else know you better than you know yourself? You need to give yourself that much of time, that attention, that love, so that you can actually sit down. If you need to take notes, take notes. Ask yourself, what is it that I like? What is it that I like to eat? What are the fragrances I like? What is it that I like to do? How would I like to spend time? What is it that I'm looking for in a partner? What is it that I'm looking for in a home? Ask yourself these. Know yourself completely before you start asking someone else about you. All right? And how can you address this issue from your past is the Two of Swords. This is, there is a lot of emotion. You've been through so much and you've got all the answers within you and you know it. And your intuition is pretty strong, pile number 2, but you're not heeding it because you've given your power away, some of you, to this person, and some of you have been hurt so badly with things not happening that even though you know what you want, you are just not taking that decision. Maybe there is a relationship coming into your life, but you're not moving forward because you're not wanting to move forward. You are so worried that things will happen, in the same way like it did in the past. And that's why you're being told this. Life is a mystery. There will be ups and downs. There will be relationships where things work out, and there'll be relationships which are a complete disaster. But no matter what, you don't give your power away. You get in touch with your authentic self and you know that you can fix all your problems. You are beautiful the way you are and you know exactly what it is that you want. Stop comparing yourself with others. All right, maybe this person, for those of you who are taking the advice of someone else, maybe you feel their relationship is perfect. Maybe they are not telling you everything about their relationship, but you are looking at them and you think they are ideal, so you want to be like them. So you take their advice, but it's not working for you clearly. All right. I can see that there is someone in your life who's either coming in or for some of you who's already in. All right. And your passions have ignited, all right? You do feel very strongly for this person. You're very attracted to this person. And you know it. But maybe this person is not very fond of them. For those of you who are asking, who ask someone, who seek this person's advice. And for others of you, though you have this great attraction to this person, your trauma is holding you back. You say, no, it will end up in a disaster. But you're being told by Spirit, this is the angel answer, success. You move forward with this Chariot energy here and you are going to have tremendous success. This is what you're going to end up with. The 10 of Pentacles, a beautiful home, lot of abundance, enough for generations to come. A beautiful home, a pet, lovely children, beautiful. Everything is waiting to happen, but you have to get out of this energy. You refuse to see things for what they are. You just follow this person blindly for some of you, or you just cut everyone off. No, I'm not ready for it yet, but you are. And this person, for some of you, is already here. For others of you, this person's coming in. Someone who you're going to be so attracted to that it's going to be very difficult for you to sit in this energy. So this is going to happen. And the only person getting in your way is you, pile number 2. With this Chariot card here, it's about, in the traditional Chariot cards, if you look at, you find there's a charioteer on a chariot and there are 2 horses, one black, one white, and both are in different directions. And chariot can move forward only when the 2 horses are aligned and they move forward. Okay, and one is your heart and one is your head. And you are just not listening to the heart at all. You're just listening to logic, and you're listening, for some of you, to this person, which is again logic based. Follow your heart and look at the success that's just waiting to happen. You need to believe that this is waiting to happen. Just because a relationship, maybe a very dear relationship, a very special relationship, I'm not taking that from you. Maybe it was a relationship wherein you invested a whole lot, pile number 2, and I feel for you, for those of you who've come out of a trauma like that. But that does not mean your life has come to an end and that you cannot have this happiness and more. It's just waiting to happen. But you need to make that decision and not give your power away to anyone, not to the person who's coming in, and not to this person whom you take advice from, not to anyone but yourself. If you need time to heal from the previous relationship, take all your time. No, you don't have to rush into anything. But when you're finally healed and finally taken stock of everything, just don't get carried away with the emotions too much. Just look at everything, how it's happened, and then follow your heart and see where it takes you. It'll never, with this success, you are actually just a step away from this beautiful 10 of Pentacles, from a happy life, from a fulfilling life. All right? Just a step away. And that step has to be taken by you. All right? So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope you can take that decision all by yourself, following your gut. Take as much time as you want, but first try and understand yourself and everything that you want. Shut out all the other voices in your head about people you care about your parents, maybe your mother, whoever it is around you. Everyone has advice, and most of the advice we give others, we don't use for ourselves. So even these people who give you a lot of advice may or may not be using it for themselves. So you need to tell yourself, understand yourself, see what is it that you want, what makes you tick. And if there is someone whom you are attracted to, give it a shot. But make sure that whatever you do, it is your decision. All right? This life is beautiful and relationships are wonderful. That's what makes our life so interesting. Give it a shot. Take your time, but do it. Don't just close your eyes and close your heart and just not engage with life, Stop. You can live a life perfectly well, go to work, come back, make your dinner, and if that is the kind of life you want, where you're just in a rut doing the same things, or do you want a fulfilling life, engaging with life, being involved in everything, having this wonderful 10 of Pentacles, if this is what you want, this has to change, pile number 2. And you are actually, right now, for some of you, this person is already there who's trying to do that for you. For others of you, this person is coming in. But finally, the decision lies with you and not with this person. It's just with you. And it's just so simple. You've just got to keep the swords on the side and take off your blindfold. No one's tied you up. You're just sitting like this on your own, because there's so much of emotions and you don't know how to deal with it. Just follow your heart and give yourself the love that you need. When you're getting into a relationship, put it this way, that person is not going to give you love. You are giving yourself all that you need. You're just going to have fun with this person. Take it like that. And you'll find that things change. What happens is we expect the other person to come and do everything for us. And that's where relationships go bad. No, you are capable of giving yourself everything that you need, but this person is just going to add to that fun. So instead of you giving yourself 100%, now you can have 200%. That's all it means, all right? So don't close yourself from beautiful things that are waiting to happen. So that's all I have for you, pile number 2. And I hope to hear from you, and I hope this works out and you come out of this energy, and don't give your power away. You are too precious to want to give your power away to someone else, all right? So till we meet again next time, be good, stay safe, bye-bye. Pile number 3, those who chose this beautiful Speak No Evil Owl, here is your reading. I'll first lay down the cards. We begin with the 7 of Cups. Oh, you've got 2 cards here. The 9 of Pentacles as well as the Moon. Okay. The 3 of Swords. Oh, you've got 2 cards here as well. And the Strength. You're the only group that got so many cards. The rest of them just got 5. The Page of Swords. And the Tower. Ooh. Expect powerful change with the new moon eclipse. We'll move your owl here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Peace. I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. Drum, dream and journey. Cat spirit, claim your independence. And wait. Okay, pile number 3. What has caused blockages in love? What is it that has caused your relationship not to work in the past, or for you not to be in a fulfilling relationship? And you get the 7 of Cups. This can play out again in a couple of ways. One, you don't get past the first step, pile number 3, because you're indecisive. You possibly want too much in a relationship from one person. The person should be maybe, for each of you this is going to be different, so just give me a minute. For some of you, you want everything in a person, in this person whom you want to spend the rest of your life with or get into a commitment with, whichever way it is. You want them to be good looking, you want them to have a good sense of humor, you want them to be rich enough, you want them to be very intelligent, you want them to be a lot of things. And it's not wrong. We can manifest whoever we want. But in not following your heart and following just what looks good, it's possible that a lot of people have come into your life who could have been potential wonderful partners and people who make you really happy, and it's possible that you've just been undecided and they walked away because of that, because you've not made up your mind in time. All right, or you have too many people to choose from. It's possible that my pile number 3 is very good looking people and you've got everything going for you. Maybe you are very good looking and very intelligent and got a great job and things are working perfectly for you. So your bar is pretty high, which is also all right. But when somebody actually comes whom you are interested in, whom you feel this energetic pull towards, you still take a little too much of time to ponder, and then you find that they've gone away and it's too late. By the time you made up your mind, it's too late. Or it's possible you've even juggled with a couple of people and it's not worked out. All right, but this is changing, because I feel for my pile number 3, you've had a lot of experience and you're in a good place. As with this 9 of Pentacles here, I see that you're in a good place. You're financially independent. You don't need a partner. You want a partner. All right? You are complete in yourself. You're on your way to being the Empress. You're comfortable. You're abundant. You're intelligent. So you are not naive. You have a lot of experience behind you as well. All right? And so you're in a very comfortable place. You're in no hurry to rush. In the past, you've been indecisive. Again here, along with all this that you've got, the 9 of Pentacles, you get the Moon here. What lessons have you learned in the past? The Moon, on one side, is all about intuition. And on the other side, it's about secrets and confusion. All right? And I feel now, pile number 3s, you're already in this good space wherein you are now, you know that you've been extremely indecisive in the past, and that's why beautiful relationships which you've been interested in have actually gone away from you, because you've taken your time to, you've taken a little too much of time, See, what happens is now you'll ask me, is it something wrong? It's your life decision that you're taking about yourself. should you be, why should you be rushed in? You shouldn't be rushed in, but you must understand when you're talking about a relationship, you're talking about two people, not just you. It's you and the other person. Now, when the other person is showing you their vulnerable side and showing you, and obviously they're showing you all of that because you have shown some interest. That's why they've come across and shown themselves to you. When you take a very long time, you are also giving them the impression that they're not good enough and you're still wondering about them. So from your point of view, that may not be wrong. But from their point of view, they have their own idea of, they've got their own self-worth and self-respect. So if you keep them hanging for too long, they feel you're playing with them. They feel you are a player, which you may not be. You're just trying to, see, you don't want to make a mistake because you take relationships seriously. That's fair. But just like your self-respect is important to you, theirs is important to them. All right, so you need to follow your heart. If your heart says this is great and you actually feel that you have a certain spark between you and it's not just physical but there's more to it, you get along really well and you actually feel comfortable with this person feels like home, then don't keep delaying it because you're worried, because maybe someone in your past, maybe some of you are from a broken home, or you have your parents together but they're constantly fighting. So you just want to be sure that things are going to be perfect in your life. Number one, everything is not perfect all the time for everybody. Because if everything is so perfect for everybody, you don't grow. Challenges come for you to grow. All right? There is no guarantee that any relationship is going to be 100% successful because the two people in the relationship have to work at it constantly to make it a success. It is not a given right in the beginning. It is what you make of it. So if you find that out of, whatever your criteria of a person is, 5 of those criteria out of 6 have been met, but you're still wondering, will it work, will it not work? Sometimes, all 6 criteria can meet, but you can still have a bad marriage because after you've come into a marriage or a commitment, you've not put in the work. So you are at a very comfortable place. You have taken care of yourself and kudos to you for that you are in a great place and you are not needy. But you are you have been indecisive, but now you're being asked to change that indecisiveness part of the moon and take from it the part of the intuition. All right? Use your intuition. If intuitively you feel this person is good for you, you can just move in knowing that there will be a lot of peace in this connection, and that you release all the negativity of the past. Maybe you've come from a home wherein there have been arguments, or there's someone who is very dear to you wherein you felt that this match would have been perfect but it didn't work out. These things happen. Pile number 3, it can happen to anyone. But that doesn't mean that we keep stalling relationships for so long till they actually are out of our hands. All right? Now, with this 3 of Swords in the center of your reading with the Strength card, it's possible that it was not someone else, but you yourself have been through a difficult relationship in the past wherein your heart was broken, and it's taken you immense strength to make to pick up the pieces and come into this energy. All right? You've shown immense strength. But then, now you're so worried that you might have to face the 3 of Swords again, that you're not following your intuition. You're just, even when everything seems right for you, you're just stalling things. All right? In fact, with this Dream and Journey card, what I feel is that Spirit is trying to tell you that when you're stuck for answers, and if you feel you're following your intuition, but you still have these doubts, just before you sleep at night, just take out 5-10 minutes where you sit in complete silence and put your question out to the universe. All right? Ask them, is this person right for me? Is this decision that I'm making the right thing for me? Will it go well? I need an answer. Show me a sign. Give me a sign. And it's possible that you will, in your dream, or something will happen and spirit will give you a sign which will confirm your intuition. All right? So that you can move forward. With this card here, expect powerful change. Things are moving for you. All right? Things are going to be great. But with this wait card here, what I feel, this is again past energy with this. You've actually waited for so much of time before taking a decision that, you miss out on opportunities. So, with this claim your independence card here, I feel that you're already here. After this heartbreak here, you've shown immense strength. You've actually gathered yourself and you've worked on yourself with a lot of self-love, and you've done a great job of it. All right, and you've reached here, and you, for nothing on this planet will you give your independence away, which is commendable. That's an inspiration right there. You are an inspiration to so many people. But it's possible that in the past, when things didn't work out, it's because your foundations were faulty. This is why the huge barriers that happen in your place happen, because the foundations were faulty. You may have taken, just followed one aspect of it, but now you've come to the other extreme. Maybe the first time around you were totally vulnerable, but the person wasn't right for you, and things just broke down. And maybe people around you have also had relationships like that. But now you have healed, pile number 3. And if you haven't, I feel you have healed. Otherwise, you wouldn't really come into this great energy. All right? Now things are looking wonderful for you. But if you still need a sign, ask the universe. And you will get the answers from within, or you will get a sign for sure. Follow your intuition. Right now, your intuition's at its best because you've worked on yourself. This indecision is over. All right? And wonderful things are waiting to happen. Again, with this Page of Swords, if you want to find out about the credentials of this person that you are planning to be with, or you can find out about them. Either ask them directly. There's so many ways of finding things out, but don't get obsessed over this. Don't start stalking this person that it becomes, maybe you come into a relationship, and after you come into a relationship, if this person actually finds out, they will actually feel let down that you didn't think they were trustworthy enough in the first place. All right? So just like you have emotions, and you have sentiments, and you have self-respect, and you have fears, remember that every human being is dealing with the same thing. So the chances are that the other person is also going through all of that. So yes, you must every single time be your first priority, but you've got to be fair, pile number 3. All right? So follow your intuition and allow the person to know that you've been through trauma before, and so there are certain things which are important to you, and you want to know that. And I'm sure when you say it so candidly and be open about it, if the person is genuine and has a deep interest in you and this connection, they will also come out and let you know. And then you follow your intuition. But don't keep someone hanging forever because you've not been able to make up your mind. All right, pile number 3. I hope you can get past your fear. You, as it has done a great job of healing. And just ask the universe for an answer, and you will get it. For sure you will get it. All right? So that's all I have for you, pile number 3. You've done a great job of healing. Now it's that just last bit left for you to, follow your heart and move forward. Take that decision. Let that change happen. You're at the brink of it. Let it happen. Just go with the flow. All right? So till we meet again, pile number 3, that's all I have for you. And we've also come to the end of this pick a card reading. I hope it resonated with you and wish you all the very best. Until we meet again, bye bye.